What's up, guys? It's Nathan
guys.
and I. We're out here, just got done fishing in Nathan's boat for about, what, an hour and a half or so?
Yeah, hour and a half together.
And we figured we'd try and do a little update here of the fishing conditions, what we did. Nathan was out this morning before me, and you were flipping behind docks.
I started off on a main lake point, and I caught a couple right out the gate with a Ned rig, so I thought I'd switch it up. Well, I still had a little bit of morning shade left. I tried to do some top water, didn't have much luck. So I changed right away and started throwing jigs behind docks, and I found a couple of bigger bites, and then it was time to come find Austin. And where do we go from there?
From there, we went to main lake points and secondary points, and we also went behind docks too. We caught quite a few on a Zoom brush hog. You were throwing a shaky head, right?
Yeah.
Or a Ned rig.
I was throwing, between a shaky
Anything
red
behind docks,
Yeah.
it seemed like, in the shade, under the walkways. It did seem that, I think, some of the docks closer to like secondary points or a little bit further out of the spawning pockets were maybe a little bit more consistent. And then as far as the main lake went, the point we pulled up onto again, we caught a bunch on that and then worked our way inside into a secondary point. Actually caught most of them on a secondary point though. And that was a shaky head. And you were throwing a shaky head too, right?
Yeah, and then I noticed I broke off a couple times, and I switched to he was using a regular shaky head. I was throwing a Magnum trick worm, and the Magnum trick worm was getting its butt kicked by the regular small one. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna switch it back up and go back to my Ned rig, and then I started catching a lot more fish. But we didn't catch a lot of quality, but we caught a lot of quantity. And with that said, we did really well. I'd say, I don't know, between both of us in an hour and a half, we catch 30 fish, not
Probably,
quite 30 fish.
Probably 30, yeah.
So
a lot of
if
them
you're
were
up
short. But
if you're up here for Memorial Day weekend, you got kids, or you just want to go catch a bunch of fish, shaky heads and Ned rigs, I mean, pick your poison. Main lake points, secondary points, behind docks, flip them in, and just jig it a couple times. If you don't get a couple bites, try another cast and see what you can do. We just wanted to give you guys a live update while we're up here today on Lake the Ozarks. Our day's starting off good. Austin's gonna go for a little bit, do something. I'm gonna hit some crappie for a little while, and then we're gonna pick back up bass fishing. Maybe we'll do another little report how the day went.
And last night I fished too and caught a lot of shorts. I caught about 20 fish, 25 fish maybe in about an hour. And that was the same thing, main lake point mostly with a shaky head. I caught some on a swim bait, a deep diving crankbait, and then top water. So later in the evenings, go find a secondary point or a main lake point. And I threw mostly just a popper and had a bunch of fish come up on it and caught that, and that was a lot of fun. So it's definitely good fishing right now. Water temp's what, 69 degrees. We're up here by the dam. Water clarity is kind of stained. I don't know
I'd say
if you could see that or not. You can kind of see my hand under the water, but it's got some stain to it, and it's not bad though. I keep covering up the camera with my hand, but we thought we'd give you guys a little report. It's easier to just do it live like this instead of trying to take all the catches and edit them together. This is a little bit more real time. So if you're up here this weekend, you want to catch a bunch of fish, that's kind of what we would suggest. And you did have some bigger fish behind docks, right?
Behind docks on a half-ounce jig, green pumpkin and brown.
So if you want to target some bigger fish, probably target behind the docks and stuff. And there are going to be bigger fish out in the main lake, but it's going to be a little more far and few between. We've just been catching a ton of short ones, but not to say that you can't sort through those and catch some bigger ones.
And he didn't have to, but Austin was fishing without, well, sometimes he had his bait chartreuse tipped, but I had mine chartreuse tipped the whole time with a little marker or a little spike it dip or something. And I like that personally, but you didn't have to have it. But it's just another tip. If you're not catching them, try it. Don't try it. Do what you like.
So we might hop back on here later and give you guys another report later in the day, but that's kind of the gist of it. So be safe out there. It's starting to get a little bit busy, but it's not terrible up where we are by the dam. So
happy Memorial Day. You guys have a good weekend. Enjoy your time off, and we'll check in later.
All right, see you guys later, guys. This is going to be hilarious. I don't know how to end this.